Welcome back to Battle for Arcos. The story between the Enforcers and the Corpse Grinder cult continues. Spoilers are ahead, so if you missed the previous episodes, be sure to go back and watch those first. Rico's Roughnecks were decimated by the Lodge of the Damned in episode 2. While out on patrol with numerous rookie enforcers, Rico was ambushed. Ghost, who transferred in from another department, was cut down in the streets by a Lodge initiate. Rookies 12 Gauge and Merlin were also found dead. Ace was found still breathing after his heart monitor went offline. Hammer was found bloody, beaten, but still clinging to life under the security of his assault shield. Sergeant Tomahawk was pulled from the carnage lifeless. The Lodge lost Skorgor in the engagement, and viewing his remains set the tone for what the Enforcers are dealing with. Captain Rico was taken by Bale after being beaten in hand-to-hand combat. Whether dead or alive, we can only assume his body was taken with purpose. Episode 3 is ready, and I hope you enjoy.
Do you like it, Captain? The skin of your men on our walls? Would you like to taste them? The Master has a plan for you. I am but a humble servant. Relax your tongue. Refuse the god of skin and sinew no longer. With this sacrifice, we announce ourselves to the Underhive.
Captain, you're being reassigned. With the absence of Rico and the destruction of his roughnecks, the lower sectors 5 and below now fall under your jurisdiction. Our informants say that Rico is to be publicly executed as a sign of unity among these cult upstarts. That only creates more problems for us, Captain. Bring some of your men and get him out of there. If anyone punishes him, it will be me. Alright, listen up. Some of you served Captain Rico, but you're on my watch now. The lower levels are now under my authority. They've got one of ours, and we're going in to get him. The new insignia on your gear means you're in the big leagues now. Welcome to High Sec.
Deployment is complete with Captain Rico at the center of the board. The Corpse Grinders can deploy within 6 inches of him, and have deployed in such a way that gives them charge options potentially on the initial activation depending on where the Enforcers come in. Captain Tex has come in 2 inches from the board with his men grouped together, and a reminder went out to them that he knows what these guys can do in close combat. They have 6 turns to get to Captain Rico, but they need to use range to their advantage. Priority rolls are coming out for turn 1, with the Enforcers up first. The first activation, Slick uses the lift and targets Festermite and Killsaw with his frag grenade launcher. He needs force to hit, and the shot misses. Next, the shot scatters and lands just outside of Balrog's hit zone. Balrog then makes a double move action to react to where the Enforcers have deployed. The rookie R131 then activates, moves 5 inches, and targets Gorath with his bolter. It's an open shot with no cover. Due to firing short range, he needs 4s to hit, and he rolls up an absolute bullseye. An ammo check is required, which is easily passed. Strength 4 against Toughness 3, and we're looking for 3s to wound, which it does. Gorath takes an armor save, needing 5s, which he fails. He rolls up the injury dice, and this bullet has hit between the eyes. A nearby cool check from Raziel was failed, and he is on the run, looking for cover. Bale, the butcher, also fails his cool check and runs back for cover as well.
I think you've earned your nickname over there, Bullseye.
Mephisto then activates with a move up to the door. Hammer activates next, moves up just slightly so he can open the door with his second action. With auto pistol range limited, Killsaw uses his first activation to move onto the lift and his second to activate it. Double tap then activates, moving through the door previously opened by Hammer to bring Balrog within a 4-inch range. With his Enforcer shotgun, he targets Balrog at short range, needing 3s to hit. After rapid firing 3 shots, 2 turn into wounds. With a Skinner's Mask and plate mail, Balrog needs to make 5-up saves and fails 1. He then rolls an injury dice and takes a flesh wound. Festermite then sees Double Tap in the open. He aims his auto pistol and fires. Double Tap does have cover, but since Festermite aimed, he needs 4s to hit. With a Strength 3 against Toughness 3, the wound roll needed is 4, and 2 go through. Unfortunately for Double Tap, he fails both armor saves and goes down with a flesh wound and a serious injury. A cool check for nearby Hammer passes. Roadblock walks around the side, aims his grenade launcher at Festermite, and takes a shot. He needs 4s to hit. He does miss, and the shot scatters 5 inches and hits no man's land. With Corlock moving up to the door, Captain Tex does a double move to reposition towards the middle of the board. Ace then pulls back to reposition for cover. At the end of turn 1, with the Enforcers inflicting significant damage, both sides pass bottle tests. Double Tap rolls up a flesh wound, taking him down to 1 toughness for the remainder of the game. Raziel ends up passing his cool test due to having some friends in the area. Bale, however, would fail and remain broken. The ever-important priority roll for turn 2 are coming out now, with the Enforcers up first. Ace stands up and shoots his shotgun at Balrog, needing 3s to hit due to short range. Due to Balrog's reduced toughness and the shotgun's strength of 4, 2s are needed to wound. Save rolls of 5+ are needed for the Ganger, and it fails. An injury dice is rolled up, and he is taken out of action. In seeing what happened, Killsaw targets Double Tap with an aim action, but due to heavy cover, he needs 5s to hit. He misses, and an ammo check rolls up and fails. Slick will activate, move up to the railing, and he's going to take a shot at Raziel with his frag grenade launcher. With a ballistic skill of 4, with cover, the shot needs 5s to hit, and misses. The scatter dice is then rolled up 4 inches away, which lands into no man's land, and the shot explodes on the stairs. Festermite, seeing Roadblock in the open, aims and fires his auto pistol, needing 3s to hit. He manages to hit and rolls up 2 hits. 1 turns into a wound. Roadblock gets really unlucky on his armor save and fails. An injury dice is rolled up and he is taken out of action. So Festermite, with a heck of a shot from the top with his auto pistol. R131 activates next, moves up, and targets Festermite. Due to partial cover but short range, his bolter needs 5s to hit. Those rolls are coming out, and it misses. Mephisto then opens the door and runs in to take cover. Captain Tex will use an action to move around the corner and then target Festermite with his concussion carbine. Normally hitting on 4s, the target is in partial cover and needs 5s to hit. At Strength 3 versus Toughness 3, 4s are needed to wound. And due to this being a blast weapon, Festermite only needs a 4-up to save the shot. He does fail, an injury dice is rolled up along with the save, and he goes down with a serious injury. A charge is declared from Corlock into Ace. After measuring, it is 9 inches away, which won't be enough to get there on a D3. He rolls up and moves 6 inches toward the target. Ace then eyes down Mephisto with an open shot. He needs to pass a willpower test in order to make the shot. He rolls that up and fails. He then falls back to try to avoid a potential charge in the next turn. Raziel then moves up to take cover and to keep an eye on the prisoner. The last activation of the round comes from Hammer, who moves up 5 inches and then targets Killsaw. He rolls up with his stub gun, needing 4s to hit, but misses. With turn 2 over, it feels like the Enforcers are getting the upper hand. The goal, however, is to get the prisoner out of the area, and cult members continue to remain in charge range of that area. Bottle tests are taken with the Enforcers in black and the Grinders in red. The Corpse Grinders fail the bottle test, needing a 5 or less. Festermite returns to a pinned position with a flesh wound, and Bale passes his cool check, returning to active status. The Grinders will be testing, however, at the start of turn 3. Priority rolls are out, with the turn going to the Corpse Grinders. Bale and Mephisto pass cool checks, which spread to the group. Corlock activates first, moving an inch forward, 5 inches up the wall, which brings him into base contact with Slick. With the Chain Cleaver in red and Butcher's Cleaver in black, only 1 hit goes through. 3s are needed to wound the target, however Slick rolls for his armor save and makes it. The attack disarms Slick, so he attacks back with his bare hands and misses. R131 aims and targets Killsaw, needing 4s to hit, in which he does, landing 2 hits with rapid fire. He then rolls up, needing 3s to wound with a strength 4 against toughness 3. Killsaw fails his save, and an injury dice is rolled. Festermite uses an action to stand up and fires at R131 in the open, needing 4s to hit with his rapid-fire auto pistol. Captain Tex then uses a move to walk up the stairs and points his concussion carbine at Festermite. He fires, needing 4s to hit, which is a success. He then has to roll up an ammo check, which is failed. The shot goes off, however. The shot needs 4s to wound, and with the blast special rule, Festermite's about to have a really bad day. The armor save is failed, and an injury dice is rolled, which is a serious injury. Festermite then plummets 5 inches off the second floor, taking a strength 3 hit, so needing 4s to wound, which does. He again fails an armor save. Another injury dice is rolled out, and he is seriously injured. Nearby Bale takes a cool check and passes. Mephisto then activates, moves just a few inches to get behind some cover. Ace responds by moving a few inches over and targeting Mephisto. I forgot to roll a willpower test, but it didn't matter here because he missed the shot anyway. He did have to do an ammo check as a result, rolled that up and passed. Next, Raziel activates and just stays put. Hammer activates and moves up so he can be within 1 inch of the prisoner. This gets a reaction from Bale, who rolls a d6 to charge on top of his regular 5-inch move, putting him into base contact. He quickly rolls up 3 dice, needing 2s to hit. He gets 3 successes. The roll to wound sees 2 wounds go through, rerolling 1 for parry. His save is now a 5-up because of AP -2. He fails both of his saves, and These are 2 damage each, so 4 injury dice are rolled up, and Hammer's in trouble. His move was done with a bit of a purpose, however, as Double Tap now aims and lines up a shot at Bale, passing a willpower check first. His Enforcer shotgun goes off, but unfortunately he needs Force to hit due to Bale's evade skill. Slick activates last, and he is going to attack Corlock. He throws his Vigilance Assault Shield and his Stub Gun. The Vigilance Assault Shield does make a hit. He needs 4s to do a wound, and fails. Corlock then reacts with an attack of his own from his cleavers. He needs 3s to hit, 2 go through, and then he needs to wound on 4s, and they both fail. At the end of the turn, the Enforcer risk did not pay off, as losing Hammer has caused them to fail a bottle test. Now both gangs have bottled out. Festermite rolls over, and he has 1 toughness remaining. Killsaw also rolls up, and he will roll back to a pinned position as well. The game now feels that anything can happen. With priority rolls coming out, the tie goes over to the Enforcers. Up first, Bale passes a cool check, which spreads 12 inches to all other gangers, so they're all good. On the back of that, Captain Tex also takes a cool check, and everyone within 12 inches of him are okay as well. Tex reloads, passes a willpower check, and fires his concussion carbine at Bale. The 6 rolled is a success, the ammo check is good, and the wound roll needed is a 5. Bale is going to roll up a pivotal armor save, which he fails, and he takes a wound. Bale, not wanting to subject himself to additional fire, then retreats. R131 then moves up with 1 action and targets the pinned Killsaw. The rapid-fire bolter at short range needs 4s to hit. Rolls come up. It is rapid fire, so that's 2 hits. The rolls to wound come out needing 3s, and 1 wound goes through. Killsaw then makes an armor save and passes with a 5. In a move that was missed, Mephisto charges Ace, easily getting into combat. He's going to get 3 attacks, 2 with his heavy Butcher's Cleaver in red and the regular Butcher's Cleaver in black. All are going to hit, needing 3s. Those have shred on them. He then rolls to wound, and 2 wounds go through, and the AP is going to be doubled, which is going to negate a save. Those are 2 damage each, and when it's all rolled up, Ace goes down. Slick activates next, firing his stub gun and assault shield in close combat with Corlock. He does hit with the assault shield in black, needing 4s. He then rolls up to wound and gets a wound, also needing 4s. Corlock takes an armor save, which he fails. He then rolls up the injury dice and takes a flesh wound. Corlock then counterstrikes with a heavy chain cleaver in red. He needs 3s to hit. The weapons are strength +1, so they need 3s to wound, and 2 wounds are dealt. Slick rolls up his saves, and he actually saves the heavy chain cleaver, and is going to take 1 damage. An injury dice is rolled out, and it's a flesh wound. Killsaw, barely able to walk, standing on 1 toughness, stands up with his first action and tosses out a frag grenade. The frag grenade targets just in front of the rookie patrolman, R131. The shot needs 4s to hit and misses. An ammo check is immediately required, and it passes. The scatter die is then rolled out, and it's going to scatter directly towards R131, 1 inch. Fortunately for R131, the hit needs 4s to wound, and it does not, so he is knocked back and pinned. Double Tap aims his shotgun at Festermite, just needing to do a wound here to put him out of action, and misses the shot. Killsaw gets to his feet with his first action, and similar to Festermite, he is going to chuck a frag grenade. His 9-inch range is just in range of Double Tap, and he lets loose, needing 4s to hit. After rolling up an ammo check, that was his last grenade, but that may be all he needs, as the grenade needs 4s to do a wound, which it does. With all of his cover and armor, he just needs a 2-up save against blast weapons and fails. He goes down with an injury. Corlock activates and swings with his cleavers, the heavy chain cleaver in red, and he gets a hit. The regular butcher's cleaver does miss. He rolls up the wound, and it is going to wound. The armor save is then rolled up, and it is made due to the assault shield. Slick then attacks back. Slick attacks back with 2 dice. My son chucked one off the table, but both did hit. I then roll those up here for wounds. The assault shield actually misses. The stub gun does wound. And then the save roll for Corlock is rolled up, and it is actually a miss. And an injury dice is rolled up after that, and it is going to be a serious injury. So Corlock does go down. This is huge for the Enforcers as we look to wrap up the turn. For the last activation of the turn, Raziel just repositions a little bit. With the end of the turn, it feels like the Enforcers have lost their grip. Double Tap rolls up an injury dice and will stay down with an injury. Ace then rolls up his injury dice and will also stay down with an injury. Corlock, who we just saw, will roll up an injury dice, and he will roll over, pinned and prone with a flesh wound. As we look to turn 5, there are 2 turns left to get to the prisoner, and the Enforcers are running out of men. Priority rolls are out, and it goes to the Cultist for turn 5. The ever-important cool checks go out, with Bale passing easily and spreading that around to all of his men within 12 inches. Then Captain Tex goes, and he rolls exactly what he needs with a 6, and also keeps his men around in the fight. Corlock immediately gets to his feet. This isn't over yet. He swings with both cleavers, he hits once needing 3s, he then rolls up to wound, and it does wound. Slick is going to take an armor save here, needing a 3 or better, and he gets a 2, rolls up the injury dice, and it looks like he's out of action. Our 131 activates next. He stands up and aims his bolter, getting 2 hits with rapid fire special rule. He then needs 2s to wound, and he gets 2 wounds. Killsaw then rolls up his saves, and he saves 1, fails 1. Injury dice is rolled out, and it is a serious injury. He goes back down. Mephisto is going to finish off Ace and then move forward 5 inches. Captain Tex is going to go next. He is going to aim his concussion carbine and fire, needing 3s to hit. He does get both Bale and Raziel under the template. He rolls it up, and he does get a 3. There is no ammo check. He rolls to wound against Raziel in black and Bale in red. He gets a wound on Bale. Bale then needs to take an armor save. He rolls that up, and he gets a 6, so he's good. At the end of the turn, the Enforcers are really in desperation mode at this point. Injury dice is rolled up for Double Tap, and he finally bleeds out. An injury dice is also rolled up for Killsaw. He stays down, injured. Priority rolls are out with the corpse grinders in red, taking the next turn. For cool checks, one is rolled up for Bale and easily passes. Also a cool check made by Captain Tex, which also passes. Festermite aims his auto pistol and ends up missing the target due to cover shooting across the pipe. Our 131 will then activate and charge Festermite. He does roll up a 1, giving him 6 inches to get over that pipe and into base to base. Our 131 rolls up the hits needing 5s and misses both. Festermite retaliates, and he gets a hit with his bone sword, and then he rolls up the wound and misses, needing 4s. Mephisto then activates and looks to charge Captain Tex, but he's way out of range, and it is only a 6-inch move around the corner. Captain Tex will then move. He will hop down and get over that pipe, and then he will target Raziel with his concussion carbine. He fires, needing 4s to hit, and he does get a hit. He needs 4s to wound, which he does get. Raziel makes his armor save, however, so it's just a pen and a knockback. Corlock then does a double move down right in front of Captain Tex, staying an inch away. Some other moves that we do here is Bale will activate. He will move up to take a better position. And then Raziel will stand up with one action and move forward with another. At this point, there's not a whole lot the enforcers can do. Even if the prisoner gets up, they are going to be surrounded. The first thing that we do with the end of the turn is roll for the prisoner, and Captain Rico has been executed. That will bring the game to an end, with the corpse grinders getting a victory over the enforcers. The enforcers felt pretty good out of the gate. Felt like they did pretty well in the beginning rounds, but then things really started to break down towards the middle and late game as the corpse grinders closed the gap. And as we've seen in previous battle reports, once these guys get into close combat, they are pretty brutal. But I hope you guys enjoyed this montage battle report. Feel free to leave any comments if I got anything wrong, or let me know ways that you would like to improve. I did change some things on this video and do live dice rolling, which I'm not sure how much more of that I can do from an editing perspective. Some things that I'm working on. This story will obviously continue at some point. I may take a week off. I do have the Goliath gang that came in, so looking forward to introducing them to this narrative gameplay. And I've also ordered Kill Team as well, so I'll have some more terrain to play with, and we'll see where things go. But thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.